Riddle me this. How in the world can the unboxing of one rare but stunning plant turn into an entire plant room, guest room, glow up project? And what do Halloween animatronics have to do with any of that? Let's find out. Hello, and welcome to my living room. There is nothing that thrills me more than finding a new awesome anthurium seller on Palm Street, and that is exactly what I did when RadRootz crept into my Palm Street for a live sell. And these guys, let me tell you, they had some gorgeous plants. Couldn't resist. So the plant came today. It shipped rocket fast. The box, hoping it did not crunch the plant. I'm going to be honest, I took a little bit of a buying hiatus from Palm Street just because you can only accommodate so many plants without it starting to look a garage sale, at least in this house. So I had to dial it back, and because I can't go on it and not buy, I just had to stay off of it. These guys are coming from Deer Park, Texas, which is not that far away, but we are shipping from hot to hot. So this is a husband and wife duo. Oh, there I am. We have a little tag here. So this is my long, narrow papillomaminum. Just wait till you guys see. It's spectacular. This literally took me about 10 seconds of my hot little thumb to push the button to purchase. So I'm trying to not buy doubles. It has to really catch my eye and be spectacular. RadRootz, there they are. Give them a follow on Instagram because they have some very impressive plants. I really wish you guys in Europe had something like this. Do you? Is it called something else? Or like my Australian peeps? Is there something similar like this? A metaverse of gorgeous plants? Okay, I'm gonna spin her around here. Fluff. The fluff. There she is. Long, narrow papillomaminum. Look at that. Look at this shape. Speechless. I don't have anything like this. I have some other happy hybrids, but I don't have anything similar to this. Let's see. Oh, the roots look absolutely great, you guys. Look at this. They've got them in some moss and some perlite, which is like a recipe for sure for strong, healthy roots. And you better believe I'm going to be hitting it with some mycorrhizae because there's nothing I love better than some serious root corn and some root growth. Healthy root, healthy plants, right? Oh my God, this is like worth every penny. So we've got a guy here coming out, and that's okay. It's a long journey, you know, it's hot, it's still summer. Texas is kind of far, not that far, but it's hot. The thing that I have found with these Pappy and Pappy hybrids is that they are incredibly forgiving growers. This is such a dopamine hit. It is spectacular, and I need a proper place to display this where it can be admired properly. What I'm proposing to do is I need to do a glow up, a transformation of my guest room, which is also my sister's room when she comes to stay, who is also a plant lover. And I need to rearrange some plants and some furniture and create a new little area to accommodate more beautiful plants. I need to make this look like a space worthy for this queen. Let me show you my other pappies that I have because, you know, these are quite expensive, but I have found in my experience for them to be quite forgiving. So if you're kind of worried about pulling the trigger on such a high price item, let me reassure you a little bit. So the last one I got was directly from Woohoo Tropicals, and this is my papillomaminum by Voldemort. So got it in a self-watering pot here. It's just in the usual mix of coconut chips, perlite. It's a very, very chunky mix, and pumice, and probably some worm castings if I know myself well. Look at this. It's so dark and beautiful and so easygoing, and I have a new emergent. Fun fact, this video took so long to do. For some reason, this is now the size of the Voldemort emergent. This is getting a ton of south-facing window light, and it's actually sitting, it's probably about 7 feet from the grow light. It's been quite a robust grower for me. She did not skip a beat shipping from Woohoo Tropicals. Big fan of her. Third happy that I have is a hybrid from Rousseau Plantcare, which I've said it many times, this man does not make a bad plant. So this is my Mag Luck Pappy, also very forgiving. This has been a really rapid grower for me. I just love this like bumpy toad-like texture. Oh, good look, I have a new hang on. Oh my God, there's too much exciting Pappy action right here. They're also different. This has more of like a heart-shaped leaf, not quite as dark, but you can see the mag and the lux in it. And then this one, dark, a little bit narrower, just equally stunning. And then this guy here, so unusual. And I do have an emergent coming here, which I can hopefully it doesn't skip a beat and it doesn't mind this transformation into my home in Southern California. I think I'm good on like the pappies for a good while here. Let's away to the guest room. So here's what. This guest room is starting to look a little bit garage sale-like, a little dismal. It needs a glow up. Here is my guest room where my sister, a fellow plant lover, also stays. And it's looking a little cluttered back here. Like this chair, nobody sits in this chair. It's really awkwardly placed. And this plant here doesn't even spark joy. It's irritating. So I think I'm going to rehome him. So what I propose to do is make another identical shelving systems right next to it, little bookends. And then I'm going to rehome this rocking chair to the downstairs area. So this is actually quite a sentimental chair. I had it when my son was a baby, but now it just doesn't belong in this space anymore. It just doesn't. I'm keeping this pillow in here in this room because I love it. It's from Jonathan Adler, and it's a Linda Evangelista quote. So good. Slay queen. It already looks so much better and so much more decluttered. I bought this off Amazon. It's an acrylic shelving system. Let's do this. First, I am parched. I need a drink. Here we are. This seems like a floor task, so I'm going to move it down to a little bit lower elevation here. Come join me. Okay, even though I've done this before, we'll see how fast my brain decides to work today. Step 1, unwrap the accoutrements. You've done it right, like me. You have a Lego-loving child come and help you to put it together. I'm going to go grab a real drink while he does that. Good morning. It's a new day. The shelf is built. It looks great. I'm going to make a quick Target run to get something for the new configuration, and then we'll get to work making it look cute. Also, quick poll. How many of you absolutely hate candy corn? And how many of you think it's the food of the gods? Freaking love this stuff. So I think I'm going to end up borrowing 1 or 2 plants from this little corner here. By the way, can we just get a moment to appreciate this esqueleto on the moss pole? If you have an esqueleto and it's not on a moss pole, do yourself a favor and just throw that guy up on one, because I've never seen this guy look so happy and healthy. Okay, sorry. I think I'm going to take one of these Spirit of Sanctity little guys and put that over there because I don't like how it's kind of hanging over this area. It's too much. And over here, I have this little Clarinervium seedling that's doing really well, but it's just looking a bit cluttered. So I'm going to let everybody just breathe for a second. So I think I have my next 2 victims to go over back to the guest room, which I think my sister will enjoy looking at both of these. Also, those of you, of course, who remember Terrence, my little project baby from way back, here he is after being moved into his new house. He looks great. Remember, Terrence was a hot mess in coconut chips as a little baby seedling. I put him in flubal stratum. He got a nice set of roots, grew some beautiful, dark, fluffy-looking leaves. And then the fluval was too much of a pain to keep damp, so I transitioned him into this self-watering pot with a little bit of pond perlite and vermiculite. And this is his last leaf. So I think Terrence he's good now. I don't have to worry about him anymore. He's a success story until further notice. Let's head back into the guest room now that we have our transplants and make the room look cute. I decided to replace this spindly looking, unaesthetically pleasing anthurium with this absolutely spectacular Alocasia longiloba that I bought at Home Depot while I was browsing for Halloween animatronics. This thing was $29.98. Who knows how long it's going to look spectacular like this? It actually has a crazy root system. But I did put it on this cute little table right here, so now she has no bedside table. I'll have to replace it, but I mean, this looks so much better. It's going to look better in 3, 2, 1. So much better. And don't worry, no anthurium were actually harmed in the making of this video. I just put the old plant in the entryway. Let me show you how I re-merchandised all of this. I love the size of these little cash pots. Regale luxurians hybrid from Equigenera. So dark. So pretty. This is, I'm gonna say this is more luxurians than Regale because this one's real easy. It's not giving me a lot of fuss. However, I do have moss on the top of it to attempt to keep it a little bit more hydrated. I have 3 Philodendron Florida Beauties. This is by far my prettiest one. This is from Selena from Terracotta Plant Co. on Instagram, and it just keeps getting bigger and better, and the color story on it just getting more beautiful by the minute. I'm gonna eventually have to put a moss pole on the top here, another one to extend it. I'm such a big fan of putting these little seedlings into cloches, so I think this is also from Selena. This is Black Widow Michelle by Zara by Michelle, and it's finally starting to look very cute and like a little anthurium, like a little fancy anthurium. This is the Clarinervium that I borrowed from the living room. You know, are you even a plant collector if you don't have our Warocquianum stump hanging out in some moss and God knows what else laying around? There's 2 growth points here. I mean, you can't throw it away when it's starting to grow. So there's actually 2 of these. I definitely will say I'm better at queens now. The ones in the living room look quite lovely, but oh, happy Halloween, Charlie Brown.
It's the great pumpkin. He's rising up out of the pumpkin patch.
But this is the current state of this one. We'll just have to be patient. It goes in the back though because it's unsightly. Veitchii type, which is like the wide type that's grown in some bootleg pond that's doing really well. All I have to do is just top up the water. I mean, it's pretty much perfect. I wish I could say the same for this narrow type Veitchii, which was unfurling and looking so amazing and then just completely looked like trash. C'est la vie. Well-behaved Anthurium regale. Who knew? I really think the moss is the secret here. And an unmarked seedling. Surprise! Not sure where the label is to this guy, so it's a mystery. A mystery anthurium. I know it was probably an expensive one because it's a seedling. Here's the reason that we embarked on this entire project. This long, narrow, happy. I cannot get over this shape. Bless Gesundheit. I can't get over the shape. It looks amazing in its new home. Hopefully my sister will appreciate it, which I know she will. And then behind that is one of Tyler from Rousseau Plantcare. It's one of his seedlings. I actually grew these from seeds, and this one is looking so nice. I'm experimenting with them in different kinds of self-watering and different sorts of substrates. If you haven't already and you live in the US, check out Nice Plants, Good Pots. These are full-on plants now. These aren't even seedlings. This is the Rotodatum by Doc Block Purple. I mean, grew from a tiny little peanut to this massive thing. Doc Block Red Open. Another Doc Block. NSC Red Crystalline himself. This is from the phase where I got so many red crystal whatevers. Oh, this was the runt of Tyler's seeds. The rest have gone on and gotten quite large, but that guy is still pretty tiny. So that's our bottom layer of plants. It looks a lot cleaner, and there's a lot of room to breathe here now. There was this rocking chair that nobody sat in, and it's gone. It's downstairs. It's not gone. Finally, a couple of these guys up top. These are Esmeralda Queen seeds. They're just seeds. Literally just planted those. Philodendron Jose Buono. I have said it before. If you don't have this plant, this is a good one. If you're in a plant lull and stuff has not been going well for you, this is your guy. This is a Woohoo Tropicals red crystal. More Tyler seedlings that I grew from seeds. Another seedling from Nice Plants, Good Pots. Spirit of Sanctity. Florida Ghost. What a pain this guy is. I made a philodendron Florida Beauty unboxing video, and I was like, well, I don't know what's gonna grow faster, the ghost or the beauty. It is the beauty. The ghost grows at a snail's pace. Let's be clear. Red crystal Doriaki, crystalline, and then finally this Monstera Peru is behaving. It's just put out this new leaf. It's not the greatest leaf ever, but you know what? It hasn't done that in a long time, and I finally put it in this self-watering pot. I put moss on top. Finally, I think has the humidity that it wants. Boy, what a journey with that one. And this guy over here in the corner, this plant, formerly known as the Monstera addisonii, looks so sad because, okay, this light is not on that much. It doesn't have any access to the grow light. So this is what happens when a plant doesn't have enough light. This is a great case study example of what happens. It's alive, it's hanging on, but it doesn't look good. This is the worst part of this room. Well, thank you guys so much for joining me on this unboxing of this plant from RadRootz on Palm Street that quickly spiraled into a plant room makeover. Did my sister enjoy her guest room makeover? I'm happy to report, yes, she did. And next time she comes to stay, we are going to the Oogie Boogie Bash at California Adventure. So I think I might throw up some Haunted Mansion touches in here for her just to make it a little bit more festive. But if you're still here, make sure to subscribe, give it a thumbs up. I so appreciate you watching, and I'm wishing you all the big leaf energy.